As Travis Coons will kick it away for the Chargers. They've had a tumultuous week with their kicking situation. Nick Novak hurt on their Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. Had to be placed on injured reserve this week. So Coons, whom they just signed on Wednesday from their practice squad, suddenly thrust into the spotlight. Here is Matthew Days, crosses the 15 and brought down just short of the 20 regular season appearance for Gordon since December the 21st, 2014. And Kaiser right to Gordon as he quickly reintroduces himself. Gets him into a favorable second and short situation. Run play call. This is Isaiah Crowell in a tragic automobile accident. Left the team, rejoined them on Friday after the funeral. Have to wonder where his emotions are. Milas keeping him abreast of the game plan throughout the week. And he's certainly thinking about Hayward and his family today as Kaiser's pass is caught. That's Corey Coleman as a penalty flag is thrown. Coleman brought down just outside the 35-yard line, a pickup of a couple.
For a full count after the shift.
Illegal formation on the offense. Number 62 reported as ineligible, and number 19 covered him up. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Browns flew here to Los Angeles on Friday to try to acclimate to the time difference as quickly as they could. We'll see how they fare as they look for their ever-elusive first win of the season. This is Crowell. Shot out of a cannon straight up the gut.
That's a place where the Browns want to attack.
This is the worst run defense in the NFL. This is Kaiser. He's been one of the best. And a good start so far today. This is Crowell, one of the great young talents at the linebacker position. Kaiser, a couple of pump fakes. Now takes a shot down the field intended for Coleman. 8th play of the drive that began at their own 19. Little read option play. Kaiser ducking inside the Chargers 40. Well short of the first down, a pickup of 5. Colquitt trying to angle this one inside the 10. And it will take a Cleveland bounce. Beautifully done by Colquitt. Excellent coverage down the field as they will pin the Chargers deep on their own side. And that controversial benching in New York. So the Chargers start deep on their own side of the field. Rivers to the airways to begin finds Keenan Allen off the charts over the last couple of weeks. 23 catches, 331 yards, 3 scores over their last 2 games. This is Melvin Gordon on his first attempt of the day, among the league leaders in interceptions, starting at one cornerback. Rivers from the gun on 2nd and 9. Quick release over the middle as Rivers finds his tight end Hunter Henry. The other thing between those two, they're both fiery personalities, both love to talk. As Rivers slings it over the middle and it is caught. That's the second-year stud tight end Hunter Henry out of Arkansas, a pickup of a dozen. 3rd highest graded tight end in the league according to Pro Football Focus. He has been terrific. This is Gordon breaking tackles. Football came loose, but down by contact. A 14-yard burst by Gordon. Hard to believe the Chargers are the only team in the NFL that has not scored an opening drive point on the season. Last week they drove down the field and then missed the field goal. 4 wide receivers for Rivers on 2nd and 9. Pocket starts to collapse, and Rivers with that pass a little bit short. There is a marker thrown. Antonio Gates was the intended receiver behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 76 offense, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
That was able to put one-on-one pressure. So now Greg Williams maybe has to think about sending some pressure to get to Rivers.
Rivers on 2nd and 19. That pass was deflected. It's caught nonetheless. Second among all rookies in sacks. 5 behind only Cincinnati's Carl Lawson. 3rd and 10. Rivers throwing a dart right up the seam. That's right at the first down marker, and they've got it. Myles Garrett back on the field for the Browns. Rivers going to roll out here on 1st and 10. Probes the defense and finds Henry again. As those two finding the early chemistry in this game, a pickup of another 12. Rivers coming off that 434-yard passing game, the 3 touchdowns without a pick at Dallas. He has been flawless during this 7-game stretch. Rivers, little underneath pass. This is Gordon inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line of Cleveland. Gordon, the lone setback. Rivers from the gun. That's Eckler in motion. Here's Gordon taking on tacklers, fighting his way to the 20-yard line. A pickup of 4.
It's just pretty unreal how an NFL season can play out in December.
Chiefs, of course, got off to the 4-0 start. Rivers taking a shot. End zone incomplete. Trying to go back shoulder to Allen. Travis Coons, who was in Lake Havasu working for his dad's construction company when he got the call on Monday. Worked out Tuesday. They signed him Wednesday, and his opening kick off the upright and no good from 38 yards out on an opening possession in 2017. So DeShone Kizer and company back on the field and right up the seam, and that pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and I know Anthony Lynn was not extremely pleased with what his field goal situation was in our meetings. All right, 3rd down. Gus Bradley is not a big blitzer in 3rd down, but he does like to bring pressure in 3rd and long. This looks like coverage.
Kizer well protected, slinging it near side of the field, intended for Gordon. And that pass a little bit underthrown, incomplete. There's a marker thrown behind the line of scrimmage. Again, Walt Coleman is our referee.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 99. Defense, 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Let's protect the quarterbacks. Adam's still a throwback. On your day, that's a pat on the backside from your defensive coordinator, as they'll keep it on the ground here. Run play, Duke Johnson Jr. He's been so good for them in the passing game. They have been terrific during this stretch where they've won 5 of their last 7 and 2 straight. Kizer on 2nd 12, putting some air under it. Far side of the field. It is caught. Was he inbounds? It's Njoku, the rookie. And now the officials say incomplete. There's another marker thrown on the far side of the field. It was Trevor Williams on the coverage.
Offside, number 54. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
By the tight end, but couldn't quite get it down.
The read option play. This is Johnson, whom they have tried to work in more as a runner the last couple of weeks. 3rd and 3. Little underneath pass by Kizer, finding the tight end that set the valve. Hugh Jackson coaching not far from where he grew up. Started Dorsey High School in South Central Los Angeles. Here's Kizer going to take a shot, thrown towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. Ricardo Lewis in motion with Gordon getting a blow here. 2nd and 10, just inside the 45 of the Chargers. Kizer, quick release, right up the seam, and boy, he threads the needle, but it's incomplete. Intended for Kenny Britt. In terms of the league lead with his teammate Casey Hayward, he has been fantastic this season for Gus Bradley. 3rd and 10. Kizer rolls out, probes the defense, going to run for it. Ducks inside the 35-yard line, appears to be a little bit short.
But would not be surprised to see Kizer. See a lot of space in here for a slant as well.
Run play called. Johnson needed the 34-yard line, and he is stuck. Loss of a yard as Jackson's gamble backfires. And about a 30-minute drive to where we are here at StubHub Center in Carson, as Philip Rivers and company taking over from their own 37. Rivers, little play action, throwing it, and that pass is incomplete off the hands of Tyrell Williams, who's been so good for their offense the last couple of years.
And Duke Johnson had no chance because of the superb play on the edge by Ingram.
You know, Gus Bradley told us on Friday just how huge 5-2 run the last 7 games.
You got a bunch formation, 3rd down. You know how much Philip Rivers loves to target Keenan Allen, so watch him trying to get open, and you got Gates on the backside, maybe working a shallow cross.
Browns coming with the blitz, 3rd and 8. Chargers pick it up. Rivers, the little sidearm delivery to Gates. 1st down and more for the Chargers, a pickup of 11. Gates' 2nd catch. 4th longest streak in NFL history, ties him with Eli Manning whom of course he will forever be intertwined with. Rivers pass loopingly is caught right up the seam to Keenan Allen. 21 yards and another LA first down. You see Rivers' numbers. He has been surgical till this point. 9 of 11 for just under 100 yards. Rivers on first down again over the middle. That's Gates. Already 3 catches for the future Hall of Famer. Little 2nd and 1 here. Allen breaking tackles. Inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal. Chargers. Jabril Peppers, the rookie safety out of Michigan, on the tackle. 1st and goal, play action. Rivers probes the defense, looking end zone, throws it far side of the field in the direction of Henry. Incomplete. Hard to see where the pain was coming from, but he'll try to grit his way through. On 2nd and goal, Rivers, little quick strike delivery to Keenan Allen inside the 5.
Nice little matchup. Gates here in the slot.
Rivers to the end zone. Allen had it, couldn't squeeze it. Jason McCourty was with him step for step. Former 6th round pick of Tennessee, first 8 years of his career in Nashville, as Travis Coons, their newly signed kicker, missed earlier from 38. This time good on the 21-yarder. A lot on his plate, suddenly thrust onto a big stage with his Chargers team that is suddenly surging after 2 straight wins. And this kick, boy, did it go into the end zone? Yes, it did, as Coons catches a huge break.
Now, what are the real expectations? And he said, I just want him to go out and have a good experience and get back on the field.
This is Isaiah Crowell.
4th season, but still a young man who has a lot to play for.
Kaiser on 2nd and 12. Underneath to Crowell.
It's all about 3rd downs. Now he's lined up wide outside with Casey Hayward, but they need big 3rd down production from Gordon.
Gordon at the bottom of your picture. Kaiser under pressure, and he is buried. Desmond King, the 5th round pick, the rookie out of Iowa.
Comes in with a big sack.
Not bad for a 5th round pick. Had that 90-yard pick 6 Thanksgiving Day in Dallas, as this punt is shanked by Colquitt. Actually a little bit more distance than initially looked like, but only a 39-yard punt. And good field position for Rivers next. Adams on that Chandler Walk of Fame, as the Rivers-led Chargers offense back onto the field. 1st and 10 as they begin just inside their own 40. Rivers from the gun. Browns giving chase. Little underneath. This is Austin Eckler, the shifty little undrafted rookie out of Little Western State. 1st and 10 inside Cleveland territory. This is Eckler again. Eckler, who made the team primarily as a special teams player. We asked Anthony Lynn about him. Has been so good for Rivers, who loves that type of player out of his offensive backfield. On 2nd and 3, this is Gordon finding some daylight. Nice little cutback maneuver inside the 30, and a Chargers 1st down. They pick up 8.
Watch play action shots if they don't run it.
On 1st and 10, this is Eckler again, breaking the initial tackle. And Eckler all the way down to the 20-yard line after a pickup of 9.
Because he'll make you look bad in the open field.
On 2nd and short, this time Eckler is stuck. And you talk to the Chargers strength and conditioning coach, he'll tell you that pound for pound, this is their strongest player, Eckler.
Phillip Rivers knows that he has man coverage with a pretty good matchup inside. Tyrell Williams has great size against Calhoun.
Rivers looking right, will throw it near side of the field into the shadows, and it's incomplete. Intended for Tyrell Williams, who had the drop earlier. Alto Loma, California native, kicked in college in Washington. Good hold by Clemens, and the kick on target and is perfect. And the Chargers build on their lead. After the Chiefs started 4-0, the Chargers were 0-4. And by the way, the last team to make the playoffs after an 0-4 start The 1992 San Diego Chargers, led by Bobby Ross and Stan Humphries. This is Matthew Days, who has had some electric kickoff returns.
It's not an easy challenge when your first game back in 3 seasons is against Casey Hayward.
Kaiser, quick release, looking in the direction of Gordon.
Incomplete pass on first down really puts this offense in a bad spot.
Kaiser's second down pass is caught. This is Gordon on a little crossing pattern, a pickup of 8.
San Diego, you really have to keep an eye on Kaiser using his legs. That's where he's been dangerous here in the last few games.
Looks like Hugh Jackson wants to take a timeout. This will be their first. 2 timeouts left for Hugh Jackson and company as their 21-year-old rookie quarterback DeShone Kizer works from the gun. Good blitz pickup. Kizer putting some air under it. That pass is caught. Josh Gordon.
Hayward in position is just outstanding.
Quickly get to the line of scrimmage. Read option play run by Duke Johnson. South Central Los Angeles, not far from where we are here in Carson. 2nd and 10. Browns working with 2 timeouts, looking for their first points. Kaiser's pass up the seam. It's caught. David Njoku for the Cleveland touchdown. A 28-yard strike from Kizer, and Cleveland can take its first lead. Every scoring play subject to automatic review as they try to get another look to see if Njoku had broken the plane of the goal line before he was on the ground, and that was very, very close.
That he can give us. They
After
haven't had
the
that.
play, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
All right, so Njoku with his 4th touchdown catch was won on a last-second field goal in Cleveland. Point after by Zane Gonzalez is good, and the Browns move in front. We'll be back to Los Angeles in a moment, right after this. Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta, our producer Salar Shai, Jim Cornell, art director, rest of our CBS crew. This beautiful Sunday afternoon in Southern California. Good looking kick, a little bit short, will be played by Desmond King. Crosses the 15 out across the 20 and forced out of bounds just short of the 22. So here's Phillip Rivers. Suddenly playing from behind as they begin just outside their own 20. Rivers hit, football is loose. Who's got it? Live football. It appeared to be Russell Okung who fell on it as the Chargers avert disaster. He's actually only one of 5 players in the league who's been on the field for every defensive snap on the season. His teammate Christian Kirksey is one of the other 5. So they lose 9 on the play. It's 2nd and 19 from the 12. Rivers back to the air. This is caught. That's Benjamin breaking the initial tackle. Benjamin. And finally brought down by the rookie Jabril Peppers from the backup pickup of 39.
In the first part of the game, more aggressive Jamar Taylor has to make that tackle on Benjamin.
Benjamin facing his old team for his 2nd straight year, had that 50-yard catch. Chargers have 2 timeouts left as we move under a minute left in the half. Rivers on 2nd and 5 is going to take a shot deep down the field. It's incomplete. Once again looking in the direction of Benjamin.
Putting his guys in one-on-one matchups against one of the best quarterbacks in 2-minute situations.
See where they have to go to get into Coons' range. Rivers hit on the release over the middle. It's caught. Hunter Henry, as Rivers barely able to get the football out in time. A pickup of 8. And that will be a first down as the Chargers will take their 2nd timeout. As Rivers making his 188th consecutive start.
And think about shots. You have 1 timeout, but a completion inbounds going to take about 25 seconds off of the clock.
Chargers down to their final timeout. Little underneath pass here to Keenan Allen on a screen that they set up. Allen picks up only a couple.
The clock is moving. It was a good play call against blitz, but a great play in space by Calhoun.
Little sidearm delivery, incomplete. Intended for Benjamin. Good coverage on the play by Jamar Taylor.
Part of the game that he doesn't have a lot of trust in.
This would be about a 52-yard field goal from here. Coons missed from 38 and is hit from 21 and 40. Play clock down to 1. Rivers barely gets it off. 3rd and 8. Where does he deliver here? Throwing on the run. It is caught right at the 20 by Melvin Gordon.
Well done.
Chargers have 1 timeout left. Boy, it was Myles Garrett trying to get over the line of scrimmage before that ball was snapped. Walt Coleman will talk this thing over with his mates.
Neutral zone infraction, number 95, defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Rivers on 1st and 5 after the penalty. Far side of the field. It is caught. That's Benjamin again. Stays in bounds, and now Lynn will take that final timeout, a pickup of 11. So Lynn putting his faith in his future Hall of Fame quarterback Rivers here. No timeouts.
Got no.
Rivers from the gun, looking end zone and incomplete. Well, you saw Kirksey kind of tug at Gates from the back. No penalty flags. Missed his first from 38. Has hit his last 2. Good snap, good hold, and Coons now 3 of 4 on the afternoon. So that brings us to halftime. Chargers will have the ball to begin the second half. Told you about where the Chargers sit. That 0-4 start. They've won 5 of 7, including 2 straight. A win today, combined with that Kansas City loss at MetLife against the Jets, would pull them even with the Chiefs incredibly atop the AFC West. And what it is his 188th consecutive start to move in front of Eli Manning. They'll go underneath here, and that pass, boy, hitting Austin Eckler right on the hands is incomplete.
Hasn't been as good.
Eckler trying to trace that ball out of the shadows as that Rivers pass is caught. That's Keenan Allen. Allen with his 6th catch. Now 63 yards, 1st and 10. Rivers back to the air, has his man wide open. It's Henry. As he follows up his 76-yard performance Thanksgiving Day in Dallas. 1st and 10 now inside Cleveland territory. Rivers all day to throw, steps into that pass, and it is incomplete. As we will send you to New York, get an update from that Cincinnati game.
You got Mike Jordan, who is in press coverage against Travis Benjamin, is the replacement. See if Rivers goes after him.
Rivers far side of the field does go in that direction. It is caught. That's Benjamin, who has come on after a quiet start in this game. Benjamin with his 4th catch of the day now, moving over the 60-yard mark. And the opportunity they have in front of them. 3rd and 1. Little shovel pass by Rivers. Boy, Gordon needed the 31-yard line, but well short after they had to shut Nick Novak down for the season with that back injury. They'll roll the dice here. 4th and 4. Rivers taking a shot near side. Allen with the catch. There is a marker thrown. Allen defended by McCourty. And we'll see if this play stands.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, number 30, defense. Penalties decline. Results of the play, first down.
Now has 7 catches, 89 yards, and that his long one of the day at 26.
Would not be shocked to see the Chargers run it down here.
1st and goal. They do indeed keep it on the ground. This is Gordon finding the edge inside the 5. 2nd and goal. And Gordon is going backwards.
Watch for Rivers drifting to his right, trying to hit Allen out of the slot.
Loss of 4 pushes him back to the 7. Rivers slinging it. End zone wide open is Allen for the touchdown.
Nice route runner inside. I thought it was going to be a sprint out pass, but when Rivers needs something to happen, it's usually number 13.
5th touchdown catch of the season for Allen, and his 4th in their last 3 games. And for Phillip Rivers, career touchdown pass number 335 on CBS. Into the end zone for their first touchdown on the day. 5th touchdown reception of the season for Keenan Allen. 16-7 Chargers Spiroditis, Adam Archuleta, rest of our CBS crew from Carson. On a beautiful Sunday. Boy, that Kaiser pass nearly picked right off the hands of Casey Hayward, burying his younger 27-year-old brother after that tragic automobile accident late Monday in Macon, Georgia. This is Isaiah Crowell crossing the 30, getting out to the 35-yard line.
The Browns have to have.
And now they give Cleveland a timeout back. And so they wanted to get that play clock reset. So it looks like the Browns will get this timeout back. And that is now what Walt Coleman will get sorted out here.
You run it or run some kind of quarterback action off of it. Isaiah Crowell in the game. Their last third and short, it was Duke Johnson, and he got stuck.
They do indeed run it. And Crowell tackled by Jaleel Adai, a pickup of 3.
Body on Crowell to make that tackle before the line to gain.
And some trickery here by Hugh Jackson as he goes deep into his play sheet.
The Chargers have adjusted well.
Only 3 offensive linemen in front of Kaiser's going to put some air under it. Has a man down the field. It's deflected, broken up, and incomplete. Against Casey Hayward late in the first half on 2nd and 10. That pass is caught. That's Kenny Britt. Football comes loose. But the officials say the whistle had been blown and the play was over as Britt was lit up. 3rd and 7. Kaiser under pressure. That pass deflected and incomplete. Looking for Duke Johnson. Jaleel Adai getting a hand on it. Adai, who missed a number of games last year, that collarbone injury that cost him 8 games. Their leading tackler entering week 13 makes a huge play here. Good looking punt by Colquitt. This is Benjamin. The ex-Cleveland Brown walks a tightrope, a return of 10. Thanksgiving Day in Dallas, 28 points. They rolled up over 500 yards of total offense as they play with a 9-point lead.
Hey, no easy, no tight calls. 53's the mic. 53's the mic.
You can hear Rivers calling out Schobert as the Mike linebacker. This is Gordon. Rivers on 2nd and 9 finds Henry, who loses his hat. Hard hit as he's brought down just across the 30-yard line, a pickup of 5. Who wins this division?
Yeah, empty formation, no backs in the backfield. Rivers looking for a blitz to try and exploit it with a short pass.
This is Allen on the catch. Forced out of bounds by McCourty at the 40-yard line. They pick up 8. So Allen with that play over the 100-yard mark. 9 catches, 3rd straight 100-yard game. That's the best streak and the first time he's done that in his career. Gordon unable to find any daylight. Carl Nassib on the tackle.
An easy December. They're going to have to play their best, and they have.
Chargers will end the season against the Raiders right here in Carson. Rivers, little sidearm delivery, somehow gets that pass away. Right in the face of pressure to Melvin Gordon. Turns 36 next month. Boy, has he found the fountain of youth. Rivers on 3rd and 5, again under pressure. Near side of the field, it's caught. Tyrell Williams has been quiet till this point as they get set for what will be their 7th play of the drive. Inside Browns territory. One play call. This is Eckler. And yeah, Adam, you just mentioned the blitz pickup. We'd be remiss not to mention.
This is kind of new territory here for the Chargers this season with kind of all their players, their key players in the lineup.
Gordon, the lone setback, takes the handoff. He's got some daylight. Gordon inside the 20, still going. Finally brought down by McCourty. First time as a full-time NFL starter is Spencer Pulley. Russell Okung, of course, their big offseason free agent acquisition. He's been huge. And
watch the play action pop pass.
Play action indeed. Quick strike. Allen. Football comes loose. We'll see if that's a live football. No signal yet. Chargers say they have it. Dangerous looking play. So the Chargers do indeed recover.
Will they go again?
Rivers, 11th play of the drive. Throwing towards the end zone. Incomplete. Allen trying to make what would have been an incredible one-handed touchdown catch. So Greg Williams' defense again, that bend but don't break, as Travis Coons, boy, a little bit lower than he would have liked, but able to bang it in from 27 yards out. Coons, whom they just signed on Wednesday after a Tuesday tryout, taking the place of Nick Novak, who had to be shut down and placed on injured reserve with that back injury. Good kick by Coons here. Days takes a knee, and Kaiser will have it. A short drive from downtown Los Angeles. On 1st and 10, this is Kaiser handing to Crowell, who comes in today off his best game of the season last week.
He's been pretty good.
Final 30 seconds of the quarter as Kaiser goes to Njoku, who's made a couple of terrific plays in this game. Final play of the quarter. Kaiser will take a shot, and incomplete as he overthrows Josh Gordon once again. That'll take us to the end of the third. Back to Los Angeles right after this. In a game that's being played in Oakland. So we begin the fourth. Sean Kaiser on 2nd and 10, facing pressure, and that pass severely overthrown. Late marker thrown.
Pass interference, number 20, defense. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
I love how King, before the draft, called his shot and said that his first interception was going to be a pick 6. And he came out with a 90-yarder last week.
Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas as Duke Johnson is blown up.
And there is not a weakness to his game. If he can stay healthy, he'll be one of the best.
Tied for 5th in sacks. Kaiser a little underneath pass. What a play by Johnson, maintaining his body position and very close to the first down.
You've got to be a sure tackler. You have to keep your feet. You got to wrap them up, but he's been doing that to a lot of linebackers and safeties this year.
Kaiser on 3rd and 1. Flag is thrown as Kaiser and Gordon have lost that early chemistry that they had. Gordon against Trevor Williams that time.
Illegal formation on the offense. We only had 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Hoping that this is the place where he can finally get a win this season with Cleveland. Kaiser, flag thrown. That set the valve, the tight end, who is lit up at the 30, very close.
Illegal use of hands, hands to the face, number 20, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And just when you thought the Chargers had seized the momentum, suddenly Cleveland moving down the field. And a pass a little bit low by Kaiser, but caught, nicely done by Kenny Britt.
A lot of shots down the field, but they have not been able to get to Kaiser.
Browns desperately need to get into the end zone here.
Of their 9 rushing touchdowns this year, but he's going to have to open it up and make some plays here if they want to get into the end zone on this drive.
8th play of the drive. Kaiser under pressure just throws it through the back of the end zone. Second and 10. Kaiser again back of the end zone, incomplete.
They like to move around Melvin Ingram. He's coming off the left side.
Kaiser flushed out, trying to buy himself some time, throws on the run, and it is incomplete. Struggled initially, but starting to settle in. Braden Colquitt is the holder, and Gonzalez is good from 35 yards out as they look to win their first game since Christmas Eve of last season. 0-11 here in week 13. And the team that they beat that day, the then San Diego Chargers. This is Desmond King. A nice little spin move, breaking tackles, and all the way to the 50 with their beautiful maneuver. So 1st and 10, they actually spotted just short of the 50. Rivers, little fake, has his man. And they complete. That's the tight end, Hunter Henry. A little bit slow to get to his feet. Henry on the sideline, 1st and 10, inside the Cleveland 40. Run play called. This is Gordon. Boomer getting some love, as he always should. As the Chargers crosstown rivals here in LA, the Rams putting together an incredible season. Gordon going backwards.
To have negative plays putting you in 3rd and 7.
4 wide receivers make it 5 for Rivers. 3rd and 7. Rivers, far side of the field, incomplete. This will be the Chargers' first punt today at the 9:57 mark of this 4th quarter. Kaiser trying to angle it inside the 10, and it takes a beautiful Chargers bounce inside the 5. Beautifully placed
to take their time.
Set the valve in motion. Kaiser fakes the handoff, throwing up the seam. He's got his man. Wide open is Njoku. 3 catches for Njoku, 68 yards, including the touchdown. First and 10, just outside the 35. This is Crowell moving that pile. Gladiators. 2nd and 3. Kaiser to the air again, too high.
This is more of a protection set, so I'm not sure we're going to see him come out here, but they've got to make a play.
Kaiser pump fakes, trying to buy himself some time. He's going to run for it. Kaiser extends, and it looks as though he's got it. Kaiser, the 52nd overall pick. It's Toledo, Ohio native, about a 90-minute drive outside Cleveland. Kaiser underneath over the middle as they now move inside LA territory. That's Njoku again.
He's played his best in the last 3 games, his 2 best games of the season.
Protected well here, but that pass a little bit too low, and he and Gordon just cannot seem to get on the same page after the death of his brother earlier this week. 3rd and 4. Kaiser's pass is caught. That's DeValve. First down and more. All the way down to the 22-yard line.
Off guard and hitting a huge play to the tight end.
25 yards sets up a 1st and 10. Kaiser, little check down play. Johnson getting that nifty little spin move.
Especially in the second half to deliver some nice balls.
Play clock down to 1. Kaiser didn't even think about it. Running for it. Taking on tacklers. And look at Kaiser showing the toughness.
Takes it upon himself to run a quarterback draw, makes somebody miss, and now they're in business.
Johnson eluding the first tackler. Johnson still going, that late marker thrown.
Guard.
Holding, number 19, offense. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Gus Bradley's defense, which entered the day peaking at just the right time. We're hoping for a stop. Kaiser throwing end zone incomplete. According to Pro Football Focus, 2nd and goal. Kaiser fakes to Crowell, throws a dart, incomplete.
Well, they know they're going to need him.
Two-score game. Kaiser pump fakes. Here comes Bosa. Football is loose. Perryman had it initially. Who's got it? Chargers football.
Really nice.
Bosa, NFL's Defensive Rookie of the Year last year with 10.5 sacks. He has now eclipsed that number at 11.5.
Defense has to make a play.
The ruling on the field stands. The recovery was made inbounds. 1st down, Chargers.
All right, so Coleman confirms the call for the Browns. And that one a little bit easier to take with Kaiser just trying to make something happen down 9. 2nd and 5. This is Gordon. 1st down and more. Crosses the 30. That's Gordon again. Told you earlier, the only team that has made the playoffs in the history of the league after an on-4 start was the 1992 San Diego Chargers. Bobby Ross, of course, their coach. They ended up finishing that year 11-5.
How much work is left to be done this season?
Hard to believe, 25 years since that 1992 season, as Eckler is tripped up just short of the 40-yard line.
Gus Bradley, a former head coach. So there's a lot of people and coaches on this staff that have been around a lot of football.
Johnson will play it, crosses the 30, and out of bounds just short of the 35-yard line. Good.
Try and recover an onside kick. Not an easy thing to do here with no timeouts and 2 minutes and 8 seconds left.
Kaiser 14 of 30, $176, and a touchdown. That pass is caught, beautifully thrown. This is Gordon taking on tacklers inside the 30. Finally brought down by Hayward, a pickup of 39.
They got the explosive play that they needed. Now Gordon is lined up in the slot.
Kaiser They pick up the blitz. Kaiser, little juke step maneuver, and takes a sack
for the Cleveland Browns.
So much valuable time coming off the clock. Ricardo Lewis, the man who comes onto the field. 2nd and 13. That pass is intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. 2nd straight takeaway for the Chargers. I knew you'd like that. 2nd and 11 as Rivers will take a knee, and the LA Chargers, after an 0-4 start here in week 13, have somehow crept up and are now tied with Kansas City atop the AFC West. And a long nightmare of a season for Hugh Jackson and Cleveland continues.
Well, you can say this about the Cleveland Browns. In a lot of games this year, they've done some really good things, but they just haven't made the key plays that have been able to get them over the hump. And for the Chargers, you know, they've been peaking here at the right time and did a lot of good things in this game. The offense still very tough to stop. I know they're going to look at their red zone tape and see some things that they have to clean up because this game should not have been that close. Credit Phillip Rivers, the offense, the Chargers, and the defense for making those key plays late to seal this game.